Folks, welcome back to Nostalgianomics. So it's no secret that not all of you just want to invest in modern sealed product. A lot of you are still collectors at heart, but you want to pick up those cards at the best possible times for your money. And so what I've done is I've identified certain plays on this market where it might be a good time to make the grading play and try to realize those gains if you want to flip them back in the market, or if you just want to pick up these cards for long-term growth for a few reasons. One, they're popular Pokemon from popular sets that are rising in value. Two, they're very scarce. They're very hard to find in PSA 10 grades, meaning, they have less than 10, 20 copies available on the market. And three, they're very hard to grade. Even though they may be easy to find or at low value, they're very hard to grade, meaning even if a ton more get graded in the future, the ratio of lower grades to 10s will probably either keep up the same it is now or drop, because as the values of those 10s rise, people are more likely to take more chances on cards that they may have not sent before, but they're just crossing their fingers hoping it gets that 10 because the opportunity cost is so great. And so that's why I think a lot of these cards have the best possible opportunity to grow. So let's jump into it. I'll show you the cards I'm talking about and I'll tell you why. And as always, guys, not trying to shill anything. I don't own huge positions of these cards. I'm just giving you ideas if you want to take them for yourself. If not, that's fine too. Just making content here, as always. So don't beat me up too hard. I'm not trying to shill nothing. First up, I got to give a shout out to today's video sponsor. It's Low Poppin'. Guys, they got everything. Anything from modern to vintage. They got everything from English to Japanese. They have graded cards. They have graded games. Pretty much anything you're looking for, Low Poppin's got on their site. When you do see something you want, like this awesome XY Roaring Skies Mega Rayquaza EX, you click on it, and you can either add it to cart, like always. You can make an offer if it's over $500, or you can buy now and pay later if it's over $1,000. So make sure to check out Low Poppin', guys. The link's in the description in the comment section below. All right, first up, we're talking about trainer gallery cards, guys, but not just all the trainer galleries, right? We're not just talking about, the big hitters like the Umbreon, the Sylveons, and the Mimikyus, because the issue with these are they're actually very easy to come by in PSA 10s. No, what we're talking about are the cards with the real shiny fronts, right? With the yellow borders that aren't as easy to grade. Cards like these. Cards like, these Evolutions, the Jolteon, Eevee, Vaporeon, and Flareon. So what you're seeing is, well, you can pick these cards up for $2. $2 to $3 a card, right? Very easy to find, very cheap, okay? However, when you go look at the population reports on these, okay, they're very low, right? So 400 in the Flareon, only 500 in the Vaporeon, and you look at the total graded, there's 1,400 and 1,600 graded, meaning these are only getting a 10 less than a third of the time. It's very hard to get 10s in these cards. We can go look at the Eevee up here, right? The full art Eevee, 378 out of 1,500. So what you have to think to yourself is, even if a lot more continue to get graded in the future, it's likely that the same ratio of 9 to 10s is going to continue, even less, even drop off to worse ratios, because, like I said, people will get desperate and start sending worse condition cards, just crossing their fingers, hoping to get that 10 as the values rise. And what you're saying is, well, Alex, are the values rising? They are. So right now with the Flareon PSA 10, there's 8 available on the market. Guys, we're already seeing this, like I made in a video earlier last week about the Scarlet Violet illustrations, right? The same thing is now happening with the Sword and Shield trainer galleries, okay? So there's 8 available. This card is already, this is not a graded card. This card's already going in the mid-50s, and it jumps up from there when you go ahead and look at, we'll go ahead and sort by best match. We'll go ahead and sort by sold listings, and you can see 5132, 4997. Hey, one of mine. By the way, I sold this card. I started doing research on these and figured it out. I delisted a lot of my trainer galleries. I put them away. I had another Flareon, put it away. Had an Eevee, put it away. I had other trainer galleries that I've put away at this point. I don't even have them listed on eBay because I've noticed this happening. We can look at the Jolteon, right? These two are Japanese, right? No one wants those. That's why they're so cheap. Just kidding. Japanese joke. Everyone knows. But look at the Jolteon now. I mean, it's pushing $70. It is pushing $70 a card for a card that you can literally buy for $2. For $2. But because it's actually hard to grade, here it is, Jolteon, 399 10s out of 1,300. Because it's hard to grade, and still, again, I talked about it before. Pop reports are just a tool. They're not the end all be all. Rarity, it's just a tool. Scarcity, it's just a tool. But this has a lot going for it. One, it's a super popular Pokemon. It's Jolteon, right? It's a great looking trainer gallery. It's an art that people do actually seek after. So it's not just some card nobody wants. 3, it is hard to grade. It's got a low grade. And 4, it's scarce. There's not a lot on the market, right? There's 9 on the market, really less because these 2 don't count. There's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the market. These are both the sponsored posts and duplicates. There's 7 available. And so when you think about it, I mean, for this card to get bought up, it takes a few $100s, not too much. And the price could rise from there. Also, there doesn't seem to be a lot more coming to the market. Also, if people are trying to make that grading play, yeah, you can make huge profits, right? You can buy a $2 card turning into a $60, $70 card and make a pretty good profit, but it is hard to do. So if if you're good at pre-grading, you can find some good pictures. You can find them in person. It might be a play to make. Or if you're just looking for a good card for your collection that is likely to hold value and rise in value, these trainer galleries might be your thing. The Vaporeon's the same way. It's already a $50 card with only 18 on the market. Again, less than 18 because not all these are graded 10s. And the Eevee, same way, 15 on the market. And I'm sure it's less than 15 because they always throw in things that aren't the actual card. And so the Eevee, same thing. It's going to the 50s, 49 plus shipping. There's 2 at auction. That's it. You're probably going to have single digits here soon on the Eevee. So those are the first cards. Now we'll move into the Charizard from Lost Origin. Guys, I get it. It's a Charizard, but look, it's still selling at $45. I think that's cheap when we look at the old pop reports and we go look at the old Charizard, right? This is the right one. Where is the Charizard? TG04. All right, here we are. 03. 03? Full art Charizard? Am I right? Go check our math here. TG03. Okay. Charizard 03. Here it is. So there are 2,148 already graded, which you would expect. It's a Charizard. It's going to be graded more than the other ones. But look, there's 58 total graded, only 2,110s. Okay, so we're looking at less than a 50% 10 rate. Look at all the 9s, 3,000 9s, even a lot of 8s and 7s. So just like the other trainer galleries, this card's hard to grade. There's only 45 available on the total market, and there's probably less than that because some of these are CGC 9.5s and other things. So you might have less than 40 already available, and the prices are moving up. I mean, you're going to be in the 50s soon. I think these are good pickups. I mean, I got to say it. Even if more continue to come, I think they're good pickups. And if we look at the Gengar, it's the same type of thing. Gengar selling in the 50s. When we look at the Gengar TG06, we can look at the pop report on that. Here it is, Lost Origin. Gengar, oh, that's Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, Gengar. 1,169 10s out of almost 3,000 total graded. So very low. You're close to a 33%, about a 35% 10 rate on that card. And guys, as we've seen before, 1,000 10s, that's not a lot. Even there's a lot of Sun and Moon cards that have 1,000 pop, and they've risen a lot in value. Guys, the Snorlax is the same exact way, going for $49 as a PSA 10, hard to grade. And the Sleeping Pikachu, right? This isn't one of the big Pikachus, right? The big Pikachus, they're easier to grade, but we'll get to that in a minute. The Sleeping Pikachu, right? It's already going. There's multiple at auction, but it's already selling in the low to high 40s. If you want to buy it now, it's in the high 40s. And it's the same exact story. The Pikachu TG05, if we go look at the old pop report on that, same type of story. Look at this. 1,000 total 10s out of 3,700 graded. Guys, you're getting close to a 25%. Like you're in the 20% on 10 rate. That is going to be a factor. And like I said, the more people grade in the future, the less and less ratio of 10s you're probably going to get because people will get more and more desperate. There's less near mint copies out there. So you're only going to see this number go up and the ratio of 10s probably go down into the low 20%, which will have value for the Pikachu. Now, you're saying, well, Alex, I mean, what proof do you have this is even going to happen? Well, we can look back. Oh, sorry, the Altaria as well. Same exact thing, same thing. All right, we can look back at things like Cosmic Eclipse, right? Little Piplup card. I mean, look at this card. This isn't some crazy popular Pokemon, some crazy cool art. Just a yellow border character rare from Cosmic Eclipse, right? Going for $75. I mean, you could argue that Charizard, Snorlax, Gengar, the Eeveelutions are a lot more popular than this card. This card's selling for $75. And we go back to Cosmic Eclipse and we can look up this card, right? This Piplup card right here. 843 10s compared to 2,493 graded. Pretty close to the ratio we've seen on some of those other cards, right? So, it's something to think about. The other thing to think about is some of these, this Pikachu card, right? Pikachu from Cosmic Eclipse. It's going for $175, $180, whatever it may be. All right, so let's go to Cosmic Eclipse and look up the Pikachu card. All right, 241. There's 300, or sorry, that's not right. Right here. There's 2,910s out of 9,000 graded. There's 9,000 graded, about a 33% 10 rate, okay? So when you go look at sets like Lost Origin, right, and you see these Pikachu cards, you can obviously art's subjective, but you can pretty much compare apples to apples that these two arts are pretty comparable to this art, if not better. Again, subjective, okay? And you see these Pikachu cards only going for $50, right? The VMAX only going for, at auction, I don't know what we're seeing at auction. These are a lot of buy it nows. At auction, under $80. Buy it now, it's going in the 80s. And when we look at the pop reports on those, yeah, they're definitely higher pop reports. They're definitely higher pop reports, as you can see. 4,100 total graded. There's 2,210s. So it's definitely like almost a little over a 50% ratio on that one. And then the VMAX is a little easier to grade, 3,510s to 5,200 total graded. So it's definitely easier to grade than the Cosmic Eclipse one, but it's pretty easy to argue these Sword and Shield sets, especially Lost Origin, have a higher popularity probably than Cosmic Eclipse did at the time. And so you can only imagine once, Cosmic Eclipse is 2019, 5 years old. When Lost Origin's 5 years old, how many more people are going to want these than they do now? And will we see these Pikachu prices in the 40s and 80s get closer to these higher hundreds? Now, again, guys, it's all speculation. I'm just giving you things to look at. Either way, there's definitely grading plays there. If you can find these cards near mint, that's what they're going for in the market. When you can buy $2 and $3 cards, throw it in a $15 slab and flip it for $50 and $60, it always makes sense. Now, this isn't a play where I would recommend going on TCG Player and trying to buy out all the near mint stock, because odds are you're not going to find gradable copies. It's more of a thing you want to look at really good pictures, maybe find them in person. Or, like I said, if you want to make a play on the singles, if you think this is going to become a thing, you can make a play on the singles and try to, buy a bunch of near mint singles at the $2 and $3 range and hope they're going to rise. I mean, when we look at like Cosmic Eclipse, right, we can look at a lot of these cards. I mean, look, the Mimikyu, it's going for, market price at $927. When we, go to the other page, you can see a lot of these cards that you could really argue that are less popular species, less popular cards. They're going higher dollars, like $5, $4, and these aren't even popular species. When you talk about some of these popular ones from like, Brilliant Stars or like an Astral Radiance, some of these cards that are going cheap, like the Gardevoir for $1, the things like that. When you go to look at, some of these lower value Lost Origin, Snorlax, $2, Gengar, $2. We can go look at the Silver Tempest, lower dollar ones. You got Gardevoir down here. You got Braixen, Altaria. These are less than $1 cards. I wasn't sharing the screen the whole time. Gardevoir, Braixen, Altaria. These are less than $1 cards. We can go back to the Lost Origin. We got Gengar, Snorlax, $2. We've got, what we got here? We got like the Gardevoir here for literally $1.73. And like I said, the Brilliant Stars ones, when you can get Evolutions for $2 and $3. Guys, this stuff doesn't just stay low forever usually. As Lost Origin continues to get more expensive, as Brilliant Stars continues to rise, we've seen Silver Tempest starting to rise, Astral Radiance is on the rise. As all these trainer gallery sets continue to rise in value and the near mint copies of these cards get more scarce, the PSA 10 values go up because of scarcity and the difficulty to grade, you'll probably see more people wanting to chase that and more people buying up these near mint copies, and near mint copies will become less and less. So there's always a play there. So there's a lot of opportunities in this market, especially if you're willing to be patient, especially if you're willing to try to get in before things starting to move instead of trying to play into the moves like a lot of people try to do. It takes a little more patience, but there is opportunity in it. So again, this video may not be for everyone, but I wanted to throw, some different stuff in for the people, liking singles, wanting to collect singles, wanting to make plays with singles, because I think it is helpful. So hope it helps. Hope you enjoyed the video. My name's Alex. This is Nostalgianomics. Be back here in a new video soon. I'm out.